This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Appreciate you, Jeff Welt. Welt and Rheaume. We tell you all the time about the Welt and Rheaume text line. Well, there's the man, the myth, the legend that is Jeff Welt. Been a listener of our show for a long. How long you been listening to our show, Jeff?
Because I've been listening to you.
There was no video when you were listening.
No video, no cell phones. Probably 30 years ago.
Damn, that's a long time, my brother, and I appreciate you as always. So if you guys need some good lawyers, Welt and Rheaume are there for you, Jeff. Thank you for taking some time. So are you happy so far with the Dolphin moves?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not one that has to have big names all the time. So it seems like they're improving.
Do you like the McDaniel hire? How has the new head coach, what kind of impression has he left on you?
He's definitely different than what we've had here before. So it can't be any worse than what we had the last 20 plus years. So, he says the right things. Hopefully he does the right stuff when the team actually takes the field.
Well, I hear the sirens in the back. You've got a client that's about to.
Unfortunately, I'm right on the road. So
yes, right. Clients nearby, at least there, Jeff. So you can. By the way, if you need to reach out to Welt and Rheaume, 954-966-4646. And by the way, Jeff is a big music guy too. What's the next concert you're going to, Jeff? Because he and I talk music all the time.
I think in May I'm going to see Billy Idol at the Hard Rock.
Okay.
And then, as I told you before, I'm going to be seeing Reverend Horton Heat with a band called Nashville Pussy in October at the Culture Room.
All right. And by the way, I'm going to go with him to go see the Reverend Horton Heat, right?
Yes.
And then anything named Nashville Pussy, I got to go see what that band is. I mean, so I'll be at the Culture Room this Friday night, by the way, for a little what's it called? English Beat. I'm going to take the wife to see a little English Beat on Friday night at the Culture Room. Have some fun.
I think one of the original members died.
Yes, Rankin Roger had a stroke. I had tickets to go see them in Los Angeles a couple of years ago. And dude, he ended up getting the stroke and passing away. And yeah, unfortunately. And so, yeah, it sucked. I was hoping to see Rankin Roger one time, but unfortunately I could not get to see him. So Rick Wakeling is still there, which is the main voice.
Right.
So that's what matters there. And my wife does love a little. She likes ska. She's into ska.
Me too.
She loves the Interrupters. I know you do too, because we were talking. I was wearing an Interrupters shirt yesterday the other day when I was talking to you. So I never knew this years into our marriage that she was a ska girl now, It's crazy stuff. All right, so let's get into a little bit of the Deshaun Watson, because you're a Dolphins fan. And if you've noticed, none of the tackles are signing. Right. So they're kind of waiting for Teron Armstead to sign, and then the domino will happen. And that's what Ian Rappaport was telling us today on our exclusive report with him here in South Florida, that it's kind of Teron Armstead will then dictate where the rest of the guys go and the money and all of that. So it seems like he also told us that Deshaun Watson and Armstead is waiting for Watson's decision because he may go back to New Orleans. So Armstead may go back to New Orleans if Watson goes there. So walk us through the next stage for Watson, because we know he wasn't charged criminally,
right?
But maybe that's still open. So how are the civil cases going to affect him, or could they affect anything on the criminal side? And does it seem like this is going to be any hurdles from here on out on the football end?
It's pretty rare that when it goes in front of a grand jury and they decide not to indict, it's very rare that an indictment is going to come later, unless a lot of new information comes out. I just don't see that happening. They had some of the women testified, and they still didn't indict. So what I found out is that he was already deposed last week by, I guess, the same lawyer represents everybody, but it was on the 9 women who were going to testify in the grand jury. So obviously he just pled the fifth the entire time. Now, after they decided not to indict, his lawyer said he will now answer questions in depositions. So I think, and I believe some of the depositions are happening this week of Deshaun Watson. But now that the case is civil, pretty much he can do whatever he wants. You know, I mean, the bad part is over. Civil cases now, thanks to COVID, the court systems are all backed up. I didn't have court for a year and a half. So all those cases now are piling up. I imagine it's the same thing in Houston. So who knows if this is going to go to trial? It could be a year. It could be longer than that. But that shouldn't stop him from signing anywhere. I mean, it's not like there's a criminal investigation over his head anymore.
So, and it looks like then the NFL won't suspend until the civil cases are done, I would imagine, right? Is that what they're going? That part we don't. You and I won't even know, right?
No. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously there's a double standard for players and owners, so I don't know what they're going to do and how long they would wait. I don't know what the civil case would have to do with him being, basically traded, but it's up to the league. I guess they can do whatever they want.
All right. So at this point, he's home free. So what
he's
you're
home
saying,
free.
And all he has to do is be careful in the depositions, right? Obviously, he's got to find a way to not. Can he incriminate himself in those depositions of the civil cases that could then reopen a criminal case?
Well, I mean, a deposition is given under oath, so it would be a statement under oath. So if he admitted something that I can't believe someone would be dumb enough to do it, but I shouldn't say that doing this for 26 years. It happens. Yes, it can be used against him. It can be handed over to, a prosecutorial office, and that means he's admitting a crime. I doubt that's going to happen. I mean, like I said, though, it does happen.
He'll plead the fifth on questions that are maybe ones that could lead to something that might be incriminating, in other words.
Or he's just going to say he didn't do anything wrong. That's what he's been saying in the press. So
Okay. All right. So it looks like he's scot-free then. All right. So it's just really a matter of after you trade for him, it's whatever the league decides when they decide when to suspend him, I guess.
Correct.
That's about
it. Yeah. I mean, now it's just about money and how much he's going to have to pay, if any, if the cases go against him. That's it.
All right. By the way, tell them about Welt and Rheaume and the services that you guys provide. So folks out there, if they need some good lawyers, they know where to call.
Basically, in a nutshell, we sue insurance companies. We take on the biggest corporations in this country. It's a true David and Goliath story. Basically, if you get in a car accident, we represent you. You fall somewhere, we represent you. One of the things we do that a lot of firms don't do, and my law partner, Dan, who you've met, has been doing for 26 years, is he goes after homeowners insurance policies. So if a hurricane comes, you give us a call. If a pipe bursts, you walk in and your house is flooded. You don't know how. Give us a call.
Yeah.
Give us a call. Those are the kind of things. I mean, a condo association, something happens, give us a call. And any call you give us is free. The only way we make money is if we make you money. So it's free to come in, it's free to call, it's free to talk to us. We have phones being answered 24/7. We'll get back to you right away. That's basically it. I do criminal defense work. I was a prosecutor in Miami in the 90s, which is another lifetime ago, but I do some criminal defense work. Basically, if you think you need a lawyer for something, if you give us a call and we don't do it, all our friends are lawyers. We'll find somebody who we trust to give you their name.
And I trust Jeff, so you can trust them, and they are great sponsors of our program. So if you need a lawyer you can trust, 954-966-4646 for Welt and Rheaume. Jeff, I appreciate you, my brother. I know you got to get back to work. Thank you for taking some time we will talk again, my friend.
Anytime, man. Thank you so much.
Unfortunately, sports and legal issues will cross paths a little too much. You be good, my brother. Thank you.
Take care.
You got it. There you go. The great Jeff Welt, man. Good stuff there. We love Jeff.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.